It's a happy night for us around Larry King Live here at CNN. Joining us are Joe and Jill Wilkins. They were in the process of finalizing their adoption of little Samuel Chancelot when the earthquake struck. Joe traveled to Haiti last week to help bring their son and other children from God's Little Angels Orphanage home to the United States. Joe, Jill, and Samuel are here with us now. Joining us in a while, Jason and Jamie Stanley. They were the adopting parents of 6-year-old twins from Haiti when the earthquake hit. The twins, Jean Dany and Denise, arrived in the United States on Friday with Wilkins' son Samuel. The Stanley's daughters, Allie and Whitney, are also there with the family. But first, we'll concentrate here on the Wilkins. Well, what's it like, Joe, to finally have them home?
It's wonderful to have him here. We've been looking so forward to this for the past several months and over a year now. And being a dad for 3 days, everything is new and exciting. First child, yes.
How did he handle the flight?
From Haiti, he slept the whole flight, and so that was nice. And of course, I had 2 other kids next to me, and so I was they were a little more.
You had 80 on the plane altogether.
We had 81.
And then they dispersed in Miami?
In Miami, we went through immigration. We were there for 7.5 hours while they did the paperwork. That was a time, but I'll never forget.
And now, when can he, Jill, become a citizen?
Well, Larry, that's one mountain we have ahead of us. I think a lot of us were actually at the legalization point where he had our last name, and since that time, since they have the humanitarian parole, we've lost that. So we have to start over. We don't know what it entails yet. We haven't had a lot of information shared. We're just praying that the government does the right thing and just possibly just grants these kids U.S. citizenship. I think they've been through so much already, and starting over, it just seems like way too much of a mountain in front of us.
Samuel's 20 months?
He's 20 months.
What happened to his parents?
His parents were killed, we believe, in a natural disaster in 2008 when he was only about 4 months old.
The hurricane?
I believe so.
That's what we keep these together.
And he's been at the orphanage ever since?
He came in November of 2008 to the orphanage, and we were matched up with him in December of 2008.
Do they give you a lot of information about his health?
Definitely. We get, at least when he was at the orphanage, we got monthly updates on his size, his height, his weight, if there are any illnesses with him.
Do you expect a long battle on citizenship?
I pray not, Larry, because, obviously we've been at this since our adoption process since 2007. We just need it to be over. We're so tired, and we just need him to be with us and for good and not have to worry about it.
You stay here. Now let's go to Des Moines, Iowa. Jason and Jamie Stanley, like the Wilkins, they're in the process of finalizing an adoption from the same agency. How are the kids doing, Jason?
They're doing very well, Larry. Thanks for asking. You may notice we're down one daughter. Everything was a little overwhelming for her, so Whitney's off the screen right now, but here in person. So.
And Allie is here, right?
Allie's right here. That's right. And Jean Dany and Denise, and they're doing very well. It was a little overwhelming for them, but they're really fitting into the family well. We got a new puppy for Christmas, and that seems to be breaking the ice. Denise is really mothering her and having a great time with her.
Do they have the same citizenship issue as the Wilkins?
They do, yes.
So you think you're going to have a battle on your hands?
We might. We haven't had an opportunity to talk with our social worker yet, but we're looking to do that here hopefully this week so we can understand what we need to do and whether we need to get an adoption attorney involved. But we'll do whatever we need to do. We've come 3 years and we're not going to stop now.
Will the state of Iowa be involved?
Most likely. That's our understanding, yes. Unless there's some other change that we don't know about that we're hoping will happen. As Jill mentioned, we're hoping there's an opportunity for them to not make all the families go through this. But again, we're willing to do what we need to do because they're our kids.
More with our new families. Is this joyous or not when we come back?